So there are many different ways you can make rain in Blender, but this method is one I have been using more recently for my newer renders, and I find it works great because it's very lightweight, and once you set it up once, it's really easy to just put it in any projects and just tweak it to make it look good for what you need. So to start out, I'm going to just delete basic cube. I'm going to add in a plane. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees, and so I'll just make it a little bit bigger for now. I'm gonna hop into the shader editor, and I'm just gonna stay in like the Eevee in real time for right now, since if we set this up in Eevee, it'll work in cycles. I'm going to now start a new material. Let's call this just rain. I'm gonna delete the principled shader, and I'm going to add in a transparent shader, and we'll just do glass shader for now. I'm gonna put those into a mix shader and plug them both in. Now, basically what I'm going to do is create a 2D rain effect, which will just be a little area of rain particles going by on this flat plane, with the idea that later, once we make one, we can just duplicate them around and kind of create a stack of them within the scene. So it'll fill out the scene and make it feel like there's lots of rain coming down, when in reality it's just, a few different planes of rain spread throughout the scene in areas where you're really going to see it. So I'm going to continue working on this one here. I'm going to add in a noise texture. All right, I'm going to plug that into the factor here. So I'm taking the factor of the noise and putting it into the factor of the mix shader. And I'm going to just turn the glass some like crazy bright color so we can see what's glass and what's not. And I'm going to create a mapping vector node and plug that into the vector for the noise. And I'm going to create a texture coordinate node and plug the UV into the vector for the map node. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play with the scale of this noise, which we can do to an extent, within the actual scale setting within the noise. But what I want to do instead is I'm going to play with the scale in the mapping node. So we can actually, drag the X or the Y specifically in different directions within this mapping node. So I'm going to make the X scale something really big, like 40. Now you'll see we have these much thinner, longer looking pieces of noise that are stretched out. And I'm going to change this Y to something very small, like let's try 0.2. And now we have these really long streaks. I'm going to fool around with the size of these a little bit. I'm going to try 0.5. Just something so we can see some semblance of noise going through here, but also it feels long and streaky. We're trying to kind of create the essence of when you're looking out the window when it's raining and you're getting those blurred streaks of rain going by. So that's what we're trying to emulate with this. Okay, so with this set up, I want to be able to move these rain streaks around. So how we're going to do that is we're going to use the Y location for the mapping. And you can see as I click through, it is updating where these streaks are in relation to up versus down. So I'm going to set this back to 0. And I'm going to select this mapping node. I'm going to hover the mouse over the location here, and I'm going to press I to add in a keyframe. So we're going to go back to the timeline here. I'm going to just drag a little bit down the timeline. We'll just go to like frame 30. And I'm going to make sure we're still selected on this mapping node. And I'm going to add in maybe 0.1 meters to the Y and press I again. This will add another keyframe. All right, I'm going to select the noise material, so that's all we're seeing for now. And I'm going to go and test out how that animation is looking. So you can see here that it is doing something. It's falling very slow. So I'm going to make sure I have that mapping node selected. I'm going to go back to layout, and you can see where we have our 2 keyframes. I'm going to take the second keyframe and just move it down the timeline a little bit so they're closer together, which means it'll play faster. I'm going to select both keyframes and do Shift E on the keyboard. I'm going to do linear extrapolation, so that should just keep going even after the keyframes are stopped. So it's just going to keep falling. So now we've got what would be like a nice, like rain going off a window sort of feeling, but I want this to feel like falling rain. So I'm going to speed this up even more. Something like this, nice and torrential. And you can play with the speed all you want, depending on how much you want coming down. I'm going to hop back over into the shader editor, and I'm going to just tweak the size of this a little bit. So we got our downpour here. And now I like this a lot, but I want this to feel kind of isolated, like you're just seeing a little patch of rain. And that way it makes it easier to duplicate them around without it feeling like there's just a hard edge where the texture ends. So I'm going to add in a gradient texture, and I'm going to add in a mix color node, and I'm going to put the noise texture into this mix color, and I'm going to use the gradient as the factor. So you can see it's already doing a little something here, and if I select it, you'll see there's a gradient. I'm going to change this from linear to spherical. So now we've got a little sphere going with the idea that this is going to basically like eclipse out part of the rain. Now, what you're going to want to do is add in another mapping and another texture coordinate node. So once you have those in, I'm going to put this into UV, and I am going to change the scale. I'm going to change the location of the X and the Y. So what I'm going to do is I am going to make the location for this be 1 for the X and Y, and I'm going to make the scale be -2 for the X and Y. All right, so I'm going to plug the mix here into the factor. Let's see what we got. Oh, and I have these reversed. So I want the noise texture to be in the B, and the A, we're going to just make black. So basically it's just going to create a mask. And now if we plug this in, you'll see we've got our rain in the middle. I'm going to give this a more realistic color, so I'll make it nice and desaturated, so it's just a very, very clear color. I'm going to add in a color ramp and plug it in between the noise and the mix shader here, just so that we can really clamp down on these values and make sure that what's rain streaks is like nice and bold, something like this. That's basically it and how I do rain. Like I said, I tweak the scale of everything and the materials just a little bit to fit the scene. I'm going to do some further tutorials going into this method of how to make rain like this and how to make rain and volumetrics work well together. But for now, I figured this would be a good starting point.